You freaking guys. How we doing today? I hope this video finds you happy, healthy, and full of energon. Man, I got a bunch of awesome news I want to talk about today. Not about upcoming game releases, but about this channel itself and what you guys have accomplished in just a few short weeks. But before we dive in, I want to give a shout out to Too Much Dog 1234 who asked, could you please try to make first aid? He's my favorite Autobot, if you couldn't tell by my PFP. Also, happy late birthday. Now, first of all, thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Y'all were very kind with all the messages you sent my way, and my birthday was awesome. Second, I did my best to put together a decent first aid based off his G1 design. His specific character isn't in Fall of Cybertron, but I think I did a darn good job of customizing a build for him if I do say so myself. So Too Much Dog, this gameplay is for you. Now, let's dive into the meat of the commentary for today. And for the love, if there's ever a video I need you to watch until the end, it is this one, okay? I know a lot of you like to skip around, that's just the way YouTube is. But there's a lot of details I don't want you to miss, and I'm going to make some very specific promises. And I want y'all to know exactly what the deal is. Now, a few weeks back, the channel hit the requirements for me to apply for monetization on YouTube. I applied and we were approved in less than 24 hours. And when I say we were approved, I mean we. I have a lot of goals I intend to accomplish with the revenue this channel brings in, and none of them include putting that money in my personal pocket. If you've been to any of the live streams, then you already know that Toys for Tots is very near and dear to my heart. If you haven't been to a live stream yet, then let me fill you in real quick. During the holidays, Toys for Tots brings gifts to less fortunate children and families in need. And every year I donate to Toys for Tots. And I want this year to be the biggest year ever. The plan is to let all of the money from our YouTube monetization pile up as much as we can and make one really big donation to Toys for Tots come December. Now I know, some of you might be thinking, how much money can a small YouTube channel actually make? And the answer might surprise you. So my goal here is to give full transparency as to how big of an impact each and every one of you guys can have. Now there's a couple of different ways the channel brings in money, but let's start at the very beginning. The first thing to talk about is ad revenue. If you don't have YouTube Premium, then you already know that each time you click on a video, you typically get an ad that plays beforehand. Now here's the kicker. In the few weeks since our channel has been monetized, we've already made $85.83 in ad revenue. You heard me correctly. You see how real this just got? That $85.83 came from nothing but you guys watching, liking, and subscribing. All three of those things are quite literally free for every one of you, yet it has generated $85.83 that we can throw on the pile to donate to Toys for Tots. Now, before we move on to the next topic, I want to ask you all to do me a favor. If you don't have YouTube Premium and you see an ad on this channel, please do your best to let it play out for 60 seconds and not skip it. Are ads annoying? Yes. Do I personally enjoy them? Absolutely not. N-A-W-T not. But the more ads you guys watch all the way through, the more money this community is going to have to be able to donate to Toys for Tots when the time comes this holiday season. Once January 1st hits on the calendar, skip all the ads you want. But for now, I'm just asking that y'all keep in mind that simply watching for free can really make a massive impact over the next few months. Okay, now that we've covered that, let's take a look at the next way the channel can generate revenue, and that's through memberships. Memberships are now active on the channel, and this is the point where I want to give a massive, and I mean massive, shout out to an absolute legend, none other than our homie, Vader Jazz. He's super active in the Discord and in the live streams, and he recently donated a ton of gift memberships to the community. Vader Jazz, you are far too kind, and I still can't tell you just how much you are appreciated. Seriously, homie. Now, let's dive into the second level of transparency. Since I activated memberships, we now have a total of 19 members and $51.88 in membership revenue. You heard that correctly. That's on top of the $85.83 we discussed earlier. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with memberships, it's just like subscribing on Twitch. And speaking of Twitch subs, I just received my final payout from Twitch, which was $54.89. And yes, that's also being thrown on the pile for the cause. Now, if you're still subscribed on Twitch, I ask that you do the community a favor, cancel that subscription, and move it to a YouTube membership. YouTube pays a 70-30 split for memberships as opposed to Twitch's 50-50 on subscriptions. It's basically more money for the cause, and to be honest, I want all of my content to live on one platform going forward anyway. Now let's talk about the memberships, because I do things a bit differently around here than most other channels. Much like Twitch's subs, we're going to have emotes, we're going to have member badges. I'm actually in the process of chatting back and forth with an artist to get member badges done, and they are going to be varying stages of the matrix of leadership. I'm looking to have 4 total, first month, 3 months, 6 months, and then 1 year. The matrix will steadily grow until it's full-on glowing at 12 months. Kind of like the difficulty select screen, if you remember, from War for Cybertron. These will be displayed next to your name in the comments and live stream chats. But I don't plan on stopping there. I have a P.O. box set up for the channel. And I'm starting something I'm calling Prime Mail. This is similar to what I used to do when I was streaming Pokemon. There are 2 levels of membership, Cybertronian and Prime. Prime Mail is for the Prime level of membership. I have a form set up for first-time Prime members to receive a handwritten thank you letter in the mail from me for being kind enough to become a Prime member. You heard that correctly. I will write you your own thank you letter and drop it in the actual mail. But I also don't plan on stopping at just thank you letters. I also have a box full of metal hypnotic badges, which have been my logo for a long time. And at 12 months of Prime membership, you will also receive one of these badges through the actual mail. I want to give back tangible things to those of you who support this cause, because it honestly means the world to me. Prime memberships are $4.99 per month, just like Twitch subscriptions, and as we progress through this journey, I want to add even more creative things to Prime Mail as we go. But for those of you who do not wish to share information or receive the Prime Mail, I also set up the Cybertronian level of membership, which is just $2.99 a month. Cybertronians will have access to the member badges and emotes, they just won't receive the physical mail. Keep in mind, right now, the member badges are just the standard YouTube badges, but I'm working on getting the Matrix art done by an artist as soon as humanly possible. Okay, I know that was a lot. Now let's get to the promises, right? I promise to be completely transparent with you guys about how much the channel makes going forward and how much we get to donate to Toys for Tots come the end of the year. This is really important to me, and those of you in the Discord already know where I'm at. So to recap, we are currently already sitting on $85.83 in ad revenue, $51.88 in memberships, and $54.89 left over from Twitch subscription revenue. That's a total of $192.60. Full transparency. and we're only getting started. The more you watch, like, subscribe, and comment, the more the YouTube algorithm will recommend our channel to new viewers. And the more we grow with new viewers, the more ad revenue we will pull in. Some of this will go to our artists for badges and emotes, and then after that, it's all for Toys for Tots. Every last penny. I'm asking you guys to help me crush this. Over the last few years of doing Pokemon content, my community raised $1,392.50 for Toys for Tots. You should be seeing that on screen right now. I want to beat that this year, and I know that the Transformers community can do it. With that, folks, I've officially run out of commentary for this one. If anyone has any questions about any of this, please feel free to drop them in the comments or use the links below to hop into the Discord. I have no problem answering your questions and being completely transparent about any of this from here on out. That's the goal. But until next time, I get to see your beautiful faces once again through the power of the interwebs. Y'all know the deal. Always wash your hands when you want to eat, but always keep them dirty enough to see where you come from. Enjoy what's left of the gameplay, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.